I'm Cecilia, I live in Zurich and I love train travel, and I'm trying to visit all 1,720 public transport train stations in Switzerland. Back in 2021 I started the Alpine Panorama Trail, which goes across Switzerland from east to west, and I've been doing this hike in little sections ever since. At the end of April I finally made it to the French-speaking part of Switzerland, and I went for a very sunny hike near Gruyères. Good morning. I'm off to go hiking. The original plan was to get up a lot earlier to have a longer hiking day, but when I did get up early, wake up anyway, and check the weather forecast, basically there are going to be thunderstorms on part of the way that I was going to do, so I can't do the full path I was hoping for anyway, or any particularly significant part of it. So I'll probably have like 10 kilometers or something like that I can do. And then I'll have to call it a day anyway. So I thought I'd get a little bit of extra sleep, and I'm about to head to the train station for the 9:32 train. I'm on the train to Fribourg now. It's going to take an hour and 24 minutes, and I think I'm just going to continue watching the episode of Death in Paradise that I started yesterday. And then basically the reason why I can't do my complete or planned complete hike, which was going to be a massive stretch anyway, I'm probably going to end up doing it in several days now, but I was just like really trying to finish it before leaving for New York on Friday, which is in 2 days at this stage. But basically there are going to be thunderstorms starting in Gruyères from about 3 p.m. so I won't be able to get really past Gruyères, because at that point it starts being very sparse in terms of public transport near the trail. So I don't want to end up somewhere that's hard to reach and there's a thunderstorm. So I'll get as far as I get in the time that I've got. This way I've rested, and it's just not going to happen as quickly as I'd hoped, but that's okay. There isn't actually a reason why I need to do this by a particular time, so all good. A minute early, so I've got 13 minutes before the bus leaves. I'm gonna get some food because I didn't really have breakfast other than one apple. I'll wait for lunch. On the bus now, right to where I left off yesterday, and it's going to take 44 minutes, so a little while. I'm just walking back to the bench where I tried to have a break yesterday, but then that turned out to be the end of the hike. So hopefully today goes smoothly. And then I was having a look at the weather tomorrow, and at the moment it looks good. So like maybe I can finish tomorrow. Like finish this section that I've been trying to finish anyway. The weather is like such a big part of whether I'm able to do this hike or not. So that's why I'm so keen to get this part done, because after this part it's not really weather dependent, because it's so close to towns and public transport, and like you're not somewhere in the middle of nowhere where bad weather can be dangerous, right? Like I could just walk to the nearest bus stop and go home if it's bad, which if you're between two mountains or something, then that's not really possible. So that's why I'm so keen to take advantage of the nice weather when there is some. Anyway, I've started now. Started like seconds out of the bus. I'm very proud of that. Like I got the watch going, got the Garmin going. I used sunscreen in the last few minutes before I left the bus. So I'm all set, and it should be about 12-13 kilometers to where I'm going to finish today. That's the bench where I sat yesterday when the rain started. And over there, that mountain that's sort of poking out of the horizon, that's what I need to get around after I get to Gruyères. And then on the other side of that, there's another section that's sort of in the middle of nowhere. And then after that is Lac Léman and Vevey. So, getting there slowly. It's been such a long time, honestly. Like I've enjoyed so much of this hike, like of the different sections and everything. But I don't know. I want this to finish now as well. Oh, it's wobbling. So I am 2.6 kilometers in, and there's a gorge here. So this river, goodness knows what river it is, I should find out, but this river continues, and this path becomes goes into this gorge. And I think there's also a dam from the photos, but according to the official hiking path app, it's all closed for this entire year, because there was a huge amount of damage at some point in the last few months, sounded landslidey or something like that. So obviously can't go there. So this is where there's another path, that's the diversion. It does say here if the gorge is closed, then go via Château sur Mont-Salvant. And there is signage for that place. Interestingly, it doesn't say here that it is closed, but online it's very, very clear, so I'm not going to risk it. So yeah, taking the right-hand path here, even though it's not technically part of the hike number 3, it's a diversion for hike number 3. So that's the signage for hiking path number 3. That's the path I'm about to take, and that's the one it would normally be in other years. So yeah, let's go. 4 kilometers in, and now I think it's supposed to be downhill and then fairly flat for a little bit. Oh, there's a ruin there. And then the last uphill bit of this section today is going to be up to Gruyères. That looks really cool, that little ruin. This is where the normal path resumes. Just walked over that bridge and I'm continuing here. There are cows on the official path, which is to my left, so I'm avoiding them and going through the deeper grass and hoping they stay up there. I was reading up on what you're supposed to do around cows, and apparently ignoring them and staying far away is maybe a good idea, so that's what I'm doing. And never point hiking poles at them and stuff, so I'm just carrying them and being careful not to carry them horizontally. So I hope they understand that I'm just trying to get away from them. Eight kilometers in, and I really like this path at the moment. There are some trees, but lots of sun as well, and there's a river there. I think that might be the same one that I was next to earlier, but it looks really nice. No, can it be? It's going in the other direction, maybe not. Anyway, it's nice, I like it. Definitely a different and also bigger river. This one's La Sarine, and then the other one was, I literally looked it up 2 seconds ago and immediately forgot, but this one is beautiful. Up there it doesn't look as big because it's not as wide, but here it's very wide and like there's a lot of water. Because I'm planning to come back tomorrow to continue the hike, and I expect that to be quite strenuous, I'm not going to go up there right now and wander around nearer the castle, but that's Gruyères Castle, and I mean, it looks great, very castle-y. And then there's a church here, which is fine. Just went inside. It's sort of funny because it slopes down towards the altar, so I'm not sure I've seen that before. But yeah, very, very cute little set of buildings here, and then I think basically the town starts straight away. I think the hike continues. What way does it continue? Oh yeah, towards the town. So there's a little bit downhill now, and then a little bit uphill, and then that's it. So it shouldn't be too much longer now. I think like 3-ish kilometers, something like that. But great weather. That is the tiniest little town, but it basically looks like a film set. Very, very cute. I definitely need to come back with more time at some point. Oh, sheep. I think they're cooling down. They're all in the shadow except for one little one that's lying over there in the sun. And downhill it is, and a very nice view too. Just came up this rather steep little bit, and then the path actually continues in front of me, but I'm going to go to the left, downhill to the nearest bus stop, because that's going to be it for me for today. Because after this, basically, it's a long section where there are supposed to be thunderstorms today, and not that long, like 6-7 kilometers, but still in a thunderstorm. I would hate that. And honestly, the sun's shining, the sky is pretty much blue, so maybe this is being overly cautious, but it's either a long day today and a shorter one tomorrow, or a shorter one today and a longer one tomorrow, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. So yeah, heading down to the bus, and then hopefully I can continue on from here tomorrow. Super nice bus driver. He said hi when I got on, and on these ones you have to like scan your ticket, so I have to scan my like standard ticket for public transport here, but he was like, no, just go in. I think he was more concerned about his timing than that I might not have an actual ticket, so that was nice of him. And it's literally a 4-minute bus, so very, very quick to Gruyères station, which is where I was like a few minutes ago, but this way tomorrow it's a slightly shorter hike. On the train, and we are literally leaving now. It's only 8 minutes to Broc, oh god, I should remember how to pronounce it. Bulle. And then I'm changing again. What am I doing after? Oh, and then Bur to Bern, so that's easy enough. Nice. I'm not sure I've been here yet. Quite like the ceiling they've got here. It's all different layers of wood. And I've got 10 minutes to change, but it's just like one set of platforms over. Might get some sort of snack though as well. But yeah, 10 minutes, very easy. On the train to Bern now. It's going to be an hour and 1 minute, and like the train is just going through these pretty rolling hills. Obviously it's spring, so there are tons of flowers, you can see them probably, and it's just so nice, so pleasant. I'll be quite annoyed if there's actually no thunderstorms whatsoever and then tomorrow I don't manage the whole rest of the hike. Hopefully that's not the case, fingers crossed. And I went to a little cafe in Bure. I mean, the hot chocolate is standard Swiss hot chocolate, drinkable, not good, probably won't finish it. And I also got some banana bread, which is quite nice. Has little chocolate chips in it as well. So, just gonna have my banana bread, look out the window, continue listening to Parenting Hell. If you don't know what Parenting Hell is, it's a podcast and I love it because yes, they do talk about parenting a reasonable amount, but also it's just these two comedians that I really, really like. So yeah, I mean, this is lovely, really enjoying this. Gonna try and work out logistics for tomorrow, and tonight I actually probably then need to pack for leaving for New York the day after tomorrow. But other than little logistical things like that, I get to relax. Last train of the day, and as usual from Bern to Zurich it's going to take 56 minutes. So as I was leaving the previous train, one of my best friends who lives in New York, he wrote to me saying he and his wife are going on safari soon and he's looking into buying a camera for it. And he asked for my advice on it, and I obviously went into overdrive, so I've literally spent the entire hour on this train writing to him, which he's probably going to regret having asked, but I think it's so exciting. So yeah, literally about to get off, having done nothing other than writing in WhatsApp. Arrived at Zurich HB and just like happened to bump into somebody that I used to work with, and I need to go to Sprüngli. Sprüngli is the main type of chocolate that you can buy here that you can't buy in New York. So I need to buy presents for people that I'm seeing in a few days. Also, this is selfish of me, but I'm so happy the nice weather is going to last about as long as it will in New York, because Zurich really is at its best when it's really warm like it is now, and it's not going to last here, and then we're not going to get amazing weather in New York either, and I'd be so sad if I miss nice weather, so I'm glad that's not really happening. Oh, I think the beach volleyball that is on over there just started or something. There was a lot of noise. You can't really see anything, but yeah, I believe that's like a beach volleyball kind of area. Anyway, on to Sprüngli and some chocolate. Okay, I think I have everything I need from there, and then one of my friends doesn't like chocolate, which is a problem. Like, what am I supposed to bring from Switzerland if it's not chocolate? So I think I'm gonna get something from Transa maybe, so I'm gonna go there and browse. And the other thing that I need to buy is another friend can't really have, like the friend that I'm staying with, can't really have anything flavorful at the moment really, which she's not thrilled about either. But I thought maybe she would like rösti. So I'm gonna buy a couple of packs of, like, you can buy pre-made rösti, and then you just have to put it in either the oven or heat it up on the hob, and maybe she'll like that. And it's also not very expensive, and if they confiscate it at the border because it's not allowed because of, you know, agricultural, etc., then no great loss. But I thought I'd give that a try anyway. So off to the shopping centre on Overpurley to do those two things, and then home. So I just got home. I'm gonna quickly put the things away that need to go in the fridge. I was going to start packing for New York immediately because I need to do that tonight, but I remembered I need to go to the pharmacy, which is really annoying. So I think I'm going to just put stuff in the fridge and then go to the pharmacy and then do the packing for New York. And like, no complaints because the weather's super nice, that, you know, I have to go outside, but I do have to go to sleep today super early so that I can be out tomorrow morning as quickly, like as early as possible, so that I can attempt the rest of the hike. But quite annoyed at myself. There's not really a much better time that I could have done this at either, so it is what it is, and I have to go, so no choice. But annoying. Thankfully, the pharmacy at the train station is open until midnight, every day of the week that they're open. So yeah, if you live in Switzerland, I feel like living near a big train station, especially this one, is like, just makes life so much better. Right, I'm gonna do what I just said and try and not be annoyed at myself. Brought the suitcase up, so off to the pharmacy. I'm gonna sort out some of the recycling on the way so that it's not a completely wasted trip otherwise. So yeah, I mean, it's still bright, so it's actually such a nice evening. All right, off I go. Sorted with my errands. I am going to pack for New York as quickly as possible. I have almost everything I need daily in my rucksack normally, so I'm just going to set that up to be ready to go. And apart from that, it's just a certain number of days clothing and toiletries, so it should be not too lengthy a process, which is good because in an ideal world I would be going to sleep very, very soon, and then I'm going to have a very quick dinner. I've packed all I could. There are still a few things that I need to do tomorrow, but no getting around that because basically it's stuff that I'm using tomorrow. And yeah, had my dinner. I'm about to go to sleep because, as I said, very, very early train tomorrow so that I can have as much daylight as possible to go hiking. So I'll see you next time. Bye.